I feel the time is now appropriate to discuss the differences between a console peasant and a console gamer. To many out there, the differences should be apparent. But when I get comments like, I like console gaming because of the plug and play. I don't have to be worried about things like, can my rig handle this game? Less cheaters, and I know I can play all of the games Sony will publish. Sure, the best experience and graphics will be on PC, but I know I can play games on PS4 for 4 to 7 years with no upgrades in the meanwhile. I go for gameplay instead of graphics. Or sometimes you get things like, PlayStation is the true master race. Sony has the best, talented first-party studios in the world. That's why the best looking games in the world are not on PC, but on PlayStation. There's not even one PC exclusive that looks better than PlayStation exclusives. The best exclusives in the world are on PlayStation. Hashtag facts. And then sometimes you'll get things like, nipples on toe. But why am I bringing up these comments specifically above the others? Well, that is because I got asked this fine question earlier today. Why do you call people that play on consoles peasant? I don't get it. Well, my fine good sir, today I will explain the difference between what a peasant is and what a console gamer is, and why I call certain people peasants. Aside from the comment made on nipples and toast or whatever, the two comments I had shown you are the definitions and the prime examples of what peasantry is. Console peasants are not only a harm to the gaming industry, but are also a harm to their fellow gamers or fellow console gamers. Like fanboys, they carry a plague of anti-consumerism. For a console peasant is someone who has pledged their allegiance to Sony or Microsoft and even Nintendo. They are individuals who have become so obsessive over a single company or console to the point that they put these companies ahead of their fellow gamers. Their priorities are not to keep these companies in check. Rather, their priority is to serve these companies as loyal subjects. A console peasant is one to quickly rush to the aid of companies and try to damage control any form of controversy behind them. Console peasants live and breathe and bleed for their companies. They are the type to sit and watch the debacle behind the Xbox One reveal and have the balls to say they didn't have a single issue with it. And when you look at it from a certain angle, it's plain to see that console peasants are even more harmful to themselves. The lack of rational thought or skepticism leads them to supporting these companies even through the darkest of times. And because of these practices, they will always be handed the shorter end of the stick. They will be given weak and outdated hardware with poor performance and a lack of upgradability, and they will convince themselves and attempt to convince others as well that their console is powerful. They will bring up absurdities such as 30 FPS is better than 60 FPS, or that screen resolution doesn't make a difference. They will lie and spread misinformation in a pathetic attempt to make their console seem more appealing. Instead of actively looking for a way to improve their experience, they seek to ruin others' experiences. They are the sole reason as to why consoles are no longer as great as they once were. Rather than listen to any form of criticism towards their specific console, they would rather burrow their head in sand. They are a shit stain to the gaming industry. They are counterproductive and have no rational thought. They are an insult to the console gamers. Which brings up my next point, console gamers. This guy is a dumbass. Why are my fellow console gamers so dumb? This right here is what a console gamer is and should be. Someone who understands the facts. Someone who has knowledge over the subject. Someone who isn't ignorant enough to believe that their console can overpower a PC. Someone who isn't blinded by nostalgia. Someone who openly admits that there are many flaws to consoles. Unlike console peasants, they understand where their priorities lie. They want to get the most they can out of their platform, without having to pledge allegiance to any company. Instead of being rejoiced over the idea of exclusives, they are instead sympathetic towards their fellow gamers who do not get to play their games. They do not keep track of points on a scoreboard. They're not focused on winning some kind of console war. Although they prefer to play on a console over a PC, they will openly admit that the PC is still a better choice. The only resemblance that they share with a console peasant is that they both play on consoles. But in every other aspect, they are the complete opposite of what a console peasant is. But what's important about all of this is to understand that the term console peasant can't just be thrown around. It should come as no surprise to any of you that playing on a console does not make you a console peasant. It is the things you say and the things you do that make you a console peasant. But I'm often asked, why do I even bother to shed any light on these individuals? Why do I take the time to even label them or describe what they are? And that answer is simple. One group are nothing more than gamers, and the other group are anti-consumers. The anti-consumer group takes a great hobby like gaming and ruins everything about it, and it is for that reason that they are labeled peasants. People like Crap Gamer and JTech TV, these are individuals that need to be ridiculed and exposed for the things they say. Their words have influence that carries misinformation and lies. It is their words and actions that can misguide many gamers. When they say things like, people who want specific games on their platform are beggars, or when they tell their audience to ignore review scores and just buy a game anyway. These reasons and many more are why they are labeled peasants. And if you defend and agree to any of the things they say, then you yourself are also a peasant. This mentality should not be tolerated or accepted in the gaming community. It is the reason I make videos on these specific individuals, because I do not want what they say or do to be tolerated. If their misinformation keeps gamers away from the PC platform, then I have a real problem with that. If gamers don't want to play on the PC, it should be because they have first-hand experience with it, and their preference just doesn't lie in the controls, or in the games, or in the platform overall. Their reasons shouldn't be because of a console peasant mentality that was passed down to them. But sadly, this is a large reason why. It is a mentality that needs to die and go away. In doing so, I believe that this will better the gaming community. Console peasants are not a representation of console gamers, just like PC elitists are not a representation of PC gamers. The clear distinction between the two should be made apparent, but it seems that it's not. Because I believe what I do is good for the community, and that is call out console peasants. But there are many out there, PC gamers and console gamers, who feel that what I do is unnecessary and unproductive. Especially the people on Reddit. Ugh, little bitches. Anyways, I've made it perfectly clear plenty of times. But seeing as people are always whining about me doing this, I guess I'll come out and explain it once more. I do not call anyone who plays on consoles console peasants. I don't just throw around the term as if it means nothing to me. The term console peasant is exclusive to those individuals that are anti-consumer, spread lies and misinformation, and have pledged their loyalty to their console and console manufacturers. They are peasants. It doesn't matter to me if you play on PlayStation, Xbox One, or even Nintendo. That doesn't make you a peasant whatsoever. The preference you have over a specific platform doesn't make you a peasant. Sure, perhaps I'll disagree with your preferred platform, but that doesn't give me any reason to call you a peasant whatsoever. As a matter of fact, one of my most favorite YouTubers is none other than Happy Console Gamer. I mainly watch him due to his storytime based videos, which I really do enjoy. But what I enjoy more about Happy Console Gamer is that he'll openly come out and say things like,
let me just say that people who have PCs, they've been doing this for a long time. We're all very jealous of them. That's the, the premier way to play video games is on PC. I'm the first to always say that.
And true to his name, he really is just a happy console gamer. He doesn't make excuses or create lies and misinformation in order to justify his preference. Console gamers are superior to console peasants in every single way. In fact, console gamers and PC gamers are very similar. We both enjoy games. We both enjoy playing on our platforms. We understand that our platforms are not equal, but we as gamers are, and that there's a mutual respect between the two of us. Console peasants, however, are nothing like us. To them, the games only matter if they are locked onto their platform. They display hostility towards any criticism given towards their platform. They share more interest in the companies than they do in their console or in the games. They are stupid, irrational, and counterproductive. They are unworthy of being recognized as gamers. And there is no benefit to socializing with any of them. The only benefit there is to socializing with a single console peasant is that they will make you look 1,000 times smarter. So with that being that, let's go ahead and take a look at the best comments of the week. Robert Kennedy says, "Here is a quote. Don't argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Unknown." Well, good sir, I will keep that in mind when I am talking to console peasants. Bullet Barry says, "You're a good guy." Well, Barry, well, I just, Once I was only says, "Thanks to your little prick friends, I have had my Twitter blocked, flagging cunt." Good. Valjin V says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Suck my penis." Well, when you put it like that, you know, I guess I'll think about it. And finally, Walrus Reviews 69 asks, "Why do you have a popsicle stick up your ass?" Well, first of all, whoever said it was up my ass? Yeah, I know that's a sellout answer, but whatever. Alright, so last time I asked you guys for 150 likes, and you blew me away by giving me 180 likes. So, let's see if we can get this video to 200 likes. That may be pushing it, but you never know. And if you're new, give me a subscribe, eh? That being said, follow me on Twitter, add me on Steam, and join my Discord. Links are in the description, and I'll see all of you and your sexy, gorgeous faces later.